Alrighty, we will get into the next replay here. Next up on the list, we have Rate. We got a Platinum player, Platinum 2. If anybody on stream can tell me what rank they think Platinum 2 is, I would assume it's about 500 MMR below this, if this is Champ 1. So Platinum 2 ought to be maybe 600 MMR. Let me know if that's correct.
700 in twos.
700? All right, cool.
712 starting at Div 1.
Not bad. I was almost 100 MMR off. Let's check out some gameplay from Rat here. So what do you think the problem is shadow defending? Losing possession of the ball, lack of ability in the air. This is very common for Platinums. You spend 30 minutes a day doing training packs or free play, mostly dribbling, but also working on shooting. Yes, this is important for Plats. You want to get to Diamond 2 and want SSL one day. When I shadow defend, should I try to save it with my car facing mostly the direction where the ball is going, or should I try to do a 180 in time to hit 180 to hit while facing the ball? Any other things? Okay, so I answered this specific question right now at the start of the replay. We'll go into free play. So how you save the ball depends on the time you have. So if the ball's hit at you and you're backwards here and you don't have much time, I have to save this to the corner. I don't really have much of a choice. But if this ball is moving at me slowly and I'm coming back here, I might have time to run back, turn around, run forward, and hit the ball. Now, it really is, it's a time thing. It's based on the opponent's position. Maybe the opponent's close behind you, and so you want to run your first touch over across the field away from them. Maybe your opponent is running, deep in their corner right now, and they're pushing up, and you think they're pushing up too much. Then you might want to do the strategy of, sorry, my controller froze. If they're, driving at you too aggressively and you want to punish like some sort of overcommit, then you might do this strategy of running back, turning around, and then trying to hit it over their head and chase the ball down. So which style you go for is based on the opponent, based on how much time you have. So I would encourage you, I know you're only Platinum, and so you have, a lot of improvement to go on your improvement journey, but most questions in Rocket League are like yes and questions. They're like, should I save the ball while driving back or while driving forward? The answer is yes. It just depends on the situation. So I will give you, those are a couple factors to think about, but there are more that I can't possibly name that are, situation specific. So that's a little bit of a start for you. Now, as far as the coaching goes, we'll pull up the replay. Here's Rat, or Ratty, Plat 2. Let's check it out, man. Player view. Right, we're watching a twos game. We're going to see you support your teammate here. Generally, on twos kickoffs, it is most optimal to be supporting your teammate flexibly in the middle. So if a teammate is taking a 50, let me just ask you a question, Rat. If a teammate was taking a 50 here, where would you want to be? Probably here, right? Supporting them. If a teammate was taking a 50 here, where would you like to be? Probably here, supporting them. So if a teammate is taking a 50 here, where do you think you want to be supporting them? Like right about here, somewhere in between these boosts. Obviously, there's speed factors to consider, but the general idea is if your teammate's taking a 50 here, you don't want to run over here. Teammate's taking a 50 here, you don't want to run over here. And yet I see a lot of players do this because I don't know why they think it's better, but probabilities, right? Probabilities. So you just want to be in the middle. Running over to the right doesn't make sense to me. Unless you're intentionally doing some sort of fake where you're trying to lose the ball right. Yeah. Okay. So when the ball moves forward here, there's a lot of space. What we need to be doing is we need to be occupying this space. Driving forward with the intention of going if the ball is left for us, or turning back if we don't sense an opportunity to go. But either way, the first logical movement when the ball is hit into this side of the field is to move towards it. Because you can't attack the ball if you just sit back here while they dribble at you. Cars in Rocket League, we need to stay in motion. We need to stay moving. So moving at him here, shutting down the space, makes a lot of sense. Team not even being considered. When you add the factor that your teammate's behind you to the fact that you're sitting still, this becomes really bad. But even if this was 1v1, sitting still would be bad. So move forward. This is really bad. You're clogging rotation, and now your teammate's like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And your teammate ends up throwing in a challenge, which you should have done much sooner. And by the way, if I ever coach on these things, since you are a slightly lower rank, I'm just going to be more assertive with my principles. There's more nuance as you get up the rank, but if I'm saying anything, it's not to insult. It's just I'm just trying to be very clear with what you need to improve on. And I find with lower ranked players, like just giving you principles to think with is much more effective than telling you it's situational, because you have no framework right now for understanding the game. Like a decision like that indicates to me that you don't understand momentum control, you don't understand shadow defense, you don't understand clogging your rotation, you don't understand. So like I just have to be assertive with like telling you an instruction, so that way you can build from there. So right now we're using drive throughout the entire kickoff. This is suboptimal. A simple improvement that you can make if you're platinum, gold, silver, or bronze is adding a flip to your kickoff. Rather than using all your boost to get your speed, you would use 20 of your boost and a flip to get the last bit of speed. So it would be flip, flip. So rather than driving the whole way, you start driving, and then right around this pad, after you collect it, somewhere around here, we'd be flipping. And then you would have 15 boost after you do the 50. But right now we have 0 boost after we do the 50, which is very suboptimal. And also, we're not flipping at the right time. You want to be flipping when you connect with the ball. You want the flip to give your 50-50 power. Here, you're jumping and you're flipping before we've hit the ball. We want to be flipping as we hit the ball. You're going to get overpowered and roll off the ball a lot when you do this. And also, you were very off-center, but yeah. As far as this defense goes, your play here isn't bad. I would be cutting and jumping once you see that none of them are going. But if you want to go goal line, that's fine. This shot isn't very threatening. We just need to slow down. Use 2 jumps here. Jump, boost, jump again. And instead you maybe side flip right, panic, I don't know. If you use a second jump there, you're fine. That double jump would have given you enough height to save the ball. We're going to be supporting our teammate here. This is much better. Much better. There are some more things you should be doing here than what you are doing supporting your teammate. But you're in the middle of the field, which is all I can ask for at Platinum. So good job. This pinch is not bad at all for Platinum. You can keep running forward, and here we need to turn out. Okay, so this is just an overcommit. You understood your job well here. This should be, by the way, after you do get this 50. I would presume you have the mechanics to do a wave dash. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. After you jump, you get this 50. Now jump, wave dash down. Jump, wave dash down for the wall. So that way you have a little bit of speed while you're chasing it. That might allow you to get a 50. But then if you can't get a 50, don't YOLO this. Like, this touch is not threatening. Just turn right. Turn right. Loop around like this. Get back behind your teammate. All good. By throwing in a challenge here and getting beat, now this is really bad. Because now you've got 0 boost. Your teammate's in a 1v1. This is really bad. Your teammate ends up saving it, but yeah, really bad. You don't want to be throwing in a challenge like that. It's very optimistic. Really low reward, really high risk. So bad. It's tough for me to recommend a challenge like that. You want to be turning back. Yeah. You're going to be supporting your teammate. This ball goes really high. So there are a lot of things that could improve about this rotation. After we overcommit, this is not ideal. You're then making a lot of other fundamental movement mistakes. So some fundamental movement mistakes we're making here are flipping before driving. So here you have no speed. You have 0 speed on the ground. And what you're doing is you're flipping immediately. This is incorrect because while you get a speed boost from this flip, but now we're not accelerating on the ground. We're not hitting our drive button. So we're not gaining any drive speed. Drive speed is free. Like, you don't need to use boost to get it. So by jumping into the air, you now sacrifice your drive speed. And now you're just flipping, and then you're going to have to drive more, and then flip again, and then drive more, and you're still not even supersonic. So what we want to be doing here is we want to be driving, using our boost, and then flipping as the finishing burst of speed, not the starting burst of speed. Does that make sense? So you're just getting the sequence wrong on how to gain speed. aside from getting the sequence wrong and how to gain speed, we're missing opportunities to get boost. So as a platinum player, I would recommend that your rotation always moves off the ball. This simplifies Rocket League for you. If you can move off the ball will always be in front of you. If you move with the ball or behind the ball, you can get caught under it, get caught behind it a lot. So I'd recommend that when faced with these decisions of where do I go, your default is ball's on the right side of the field, I move to the left side of the field. Like, I would love that be your default. It's going to make your movement much more intuitive, and it's going to save you a lot of pain and probably help you climb rank faster. There are situations at the high ranks where it's okay to stay with the ball and chase demos especially, but either way, there are 2 boost paths that are allowed here that are viable. You can take this boost path, or you could take this boost path. I mean, these. What you don't want to do is neither, right? Right here, we get 1 pad, and then we run in between all the boost on the field. So by the time we do get to the ball, we're at 15, and now we can't even aerial. Your teammate makes a save that I would not bank on any player to make in Platinum, so good job, teammate. But yeah, we want to be not flipping, collecting pads as we go, turning off ball cam to do so. It's hard to instruct you on that because there are so many other clearing things to improve, but just understand that that will be a priority later on in your journey. So you're moving back here. We would ideally be moving to the center of the field, collecting pad, whatever. Even here, pad, whatever. When the ball does go up here, a good default option when the ball goes up and it's scary is to pick a side. So rather than move into the middle of the net, where now the ball could get hit left, right, behind you, you have terrible vision, what I recommend low-rank players do is pick a side. So the ball goes up. Okay, here, what you would do is you would move out to one side of the net and face this way. It's like, imagine you drive up and then you turn back. And what that does is it allows all the saves to be driving forward. You could do this equally by going to the other post. I'm not saying one is better. Like here, when this ball gets hit up, you could get scared and run back and do a circle like this. I think it's less intuitive, but I would pick a side. It would make this defense much easier. When you're inside your net here, this is incredibly hard to read. You're going to look very silly in a lot of plays. Good job getting the 50. You have an open. Good job. So a couple things you can improve. Cool. Cool. Ball's going to go to the right. You're going to move back. I don't mean to say this in a rude way. I mean to say this in an instructive way. There are so many things wrong here. I'm trying to decide what I tell you to fix. Okay, so you get the save. Your teammate has boost. So let's work with the information we have. Your teammate has boost. There's no corner boost. So right now, our default mode of thinking is I go get corner boost when I'm 0. That doesn't work if the corner boost is not there. So step 1, we have to take in that information. Step 2, when we realize that information is true, our rotation should probably look much more like let's go this way, right? It should probably look more like let's grab pads. You know what I mean? Because there is no big pad. So moving in front of your teammate into the corner when there's no corner boost is very confusing. Your teammate's going, wait, where is he driving? So you eventually fix it. Now, when we do fix it, we have to recognize the ball isn't coming at the net. So at some point, we need to be turning on ball cam here so we understand where the ball is. But then when we do understand where the ball is, our default mode should probably be like move into the midfield and like turn and face the play, or move into the midfield and turn and face the play, depending on if he's going for a solo air dribble or if he's like trying to dribble it into the midfield. That kind of determines whether you turn forward or back, right? But here, we don't even look at the play. We don't even look at where the ball is coming. We decide just like, I'm going to net. So you don't want to be making movement like this because you're flipping to net. And like this guy hasn't even hit the ball. He was so nervous. He didn't understand where the ball was going. You didn't even see this whole dance that he just did. And you're running back to net, just waking up right now, having, in hindsight, done nothing the past 5 seconds. You could have been, you probably could be at like 80 boost if you would have been watching that play and going like pad, like just running around here, right? And not burning everything. So we have to be vigilant of what's going on with the play, as well as like what you assume. I think this play is like, if I put myself in the mind of a plat player, I'm probably thinking to myself, okay, I got a 50. I'm going to go get half boost. Oh, shit, he's first to half boost. I'm going to go get corner boost. Oh, shit, my teammate got corner boost. Shit. I need to go to net. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, nothing happened. So the less you can assume, the more you can watch the play, the better. And then here, there's just so much going wrong that I can't explain. But yeah, I would really be looking at the play so that you understand how much time you have. So that way you're not in this constant feeling of anxiety and rushing from option to option. It's like unimposed. You're basically making unforced errors. Does that make sense? Unforced errors. Okay, so after we do hit the ball here, I would love to see us use a double flip on the kickoff. Avoid this default flip mode that you have. Look where you decide what you're going to do, then flip. So avoid this default flip mode. I'm trying to give you actionable advice that you can use to fix this. So avoid this default flip mode. See, like, I can tell, like, you just flip out of, like, practice, not based out of need. So once we do get back in net here, I'm going to suggest the same thing I suggested before, which is there's a massive gap between both the ball and you as well as your teammate and you. So, like, if your teammate were to challenge and he were to get, like, a really weak flick over, this guy may be able to get back to the ball and shoot again before you get to it. So we want to be shrinking this gap so your challenges are in sync. Secondly, we just don't want to be sitting in net, or we rarely want to be driving backwards in Rocket League, because when you're driving backwards, you now have to use boost to get airborne and start going forward again. So you're doing this, like, very weird movement of, like, I can't describe why you're doing what you're doing other than that you don't have a system to understand, like, defense. So what we want to be doing here is closing the gap until we get to a reasonable space. That's something around this mid boost. And then you go if you have an opportunity, or you turn back if you don't. That is the basic system of how you shadow defend. You close a reasonable amount of distance, and then you start moving with the opponent. Does that make sense? It's like basketball. Like, you move closer to them, not right next to them, but like at a reasonable distance, and you start tracking them as they move closer to your goal. And you shut down space more the closer they get. But right now, I would describe this as, like, imagine somebody's dribbling you on you in basketball, and you're just sitting under the rim, and you're just standing there like this. You're just, like, standing under the net. You don't want to be standing under the net. Does that make sense? This is not like soccer where you just stand in goal and that's good. You need to be moving with your opponents, tracking them out into the field, tracking them back. Was that a good analogy, chat? Is that a good analogy? I don't know.
I would say so.
Yeah. Thank you, Marbles. Get some sort of emotional reassurance. So yeah, I would give you that. Ben Basketball. Hey, Ben Basketball 11 says yes. So Ben probably knows basketball. So this is the problem when you just sit under your net and you put your hands in the air. You just let people take shots on you from point blank. Right? And like, if you do this in Rocket League, you'll just put yourself in positions where you're getting unsavable shots. Like, they will be shooting and you cannot save it because you're just sitting in net with zero speed, never shutting down any space. Like, you allow opponents to basically make unsavable shots on you. Yeah. Okay. There are a lot of limiting beliefs that could cause you to be doing this. So I'm not sure what the cause is, Rat, but whatever it is, just understand that it's not what you're doing right now is worse than driving up and maybe getting flicked on, or driving up and maybe, like, you need to find your limit, but certainly sitting in goal all game is not going to win you games. Like, this style of play that we're doing right now is not going to win because you're just giving people unsavable shots. Good clear. Keep moving with the ball. Good try trying to recover. Good drift usage. Nice. Hit the ball forward. This is fine. Keep it moving. Don't want to turn left here. Maybe if we can grab the corner boost, it's okay to turn left. But once he goes back to the corner boost, this wants to be a turn right. The default should be turn away from the ball, not back towards the ball. This makes you really awkward. Oh, now you're doing your no-look flipping. Okay, don't do this no-look flippy thing. This ball could be going back to the midfield, and you're no-look flipping back to your corner. Like, I'm not saying it does go to the midfield. I don't know, just as much as you don't know. But, like, you just no look, ball cam off, I'm going full back. Like, do you understand that the ball could be coming to the midfield right now and we would have no idea? So we don't want to do this no look flippy thing. Now, the ball does end up coming back to you. So this ends up being like serendipitous that you're grabbing boost and now you're in a position to save it. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a coincidence. We want to be basing our movement based on where the ball is going, not just like no look flipping into whatever area of the field feels most natural to you. Okay, we're going to keep supporting our team. And yeah, I mean, the biggest thing here is understanding your teammate is in a 1v1 right now. So if you arrive, it's a 2v1, right? Because 1 + 1 equals 21. So if you go here, you're at least in a 2v1, right? You're at least in a 2v1. But there's some sort of arithmetic, there's some sort of math that's not mathing right now. I would be curious to get in your head. Really probe yourself. I asked this not, you know, out of like in an aggressive way, but more so in like a curious way. Like, you really need to ask yourself, Rat, like, when you're in this position, when you see what I see on my screen right now, why are you going to play goalie? Like, curious. Why? Like, what in your brain is like, I need to play goalie right now? Because some viable answers to that might be like, I'm scared of getting scored on. And that's like a very surface level answer. But like, what a high-rank player looks at here is, my teammate has ball. That's one factor. He's facing backwards. That's, you know, another factor. Their teammate is not supporting them at all. That's a third factor. The ball's moving quite fast towards them. That's like a fourth factor. All these factors signal to me here that the play is more likely to go this way before it goes this way. So then let me ask you a question. Why are we moving this way before we move this way? It doesn't match. So you need to be asking yourself these questions and understanding these different factors, because even if it is true that your teammate gives them the ball, I don't think it's a valid reason to be playing goalie this entire time. Even if the ball's hit forward, like, still you being forward is beneficial here. Now, maybe playing back makes sense. We should not be be careful about power side, not using boost, and jumping absolutely not here. We need to be going to net, not to the ball. And now we're probably scored on. Let's see if they miss the open. They don't miss the open. So you want to be much closer here, much closer. So one, we need to be looking at the play, not no look flipping back. So we do no look flip back. That's fine. He gets a bad touch here. You kind of get some sort of save. As our teammate moves up here, we want to be grabbing, I would say, this pad. I'd probably just go straight to this pad. I go pad. I'd be rushing into the midfield and trying to get upfield fast. And then if they do make a touch back at us, we turn back and we have the whole field to drive down. But we just play goalie this entire time, which is so clunky, so incredibly clunky. And you're always making your saves going at the ball, which is just extraordinarily confusing. I will show you a little clip from my game. So this is GC2 Div 4. This is a 3-2 game. I don't know why I saved this, quite frankly, but I just want to show you how I play the field and how people at my rank play the field. So you'll see here, I'm moving towards the play. When we get a 1v1 opportunity, so he's pinching here. I'm moving under my team. This is actually a horrible example. I don't know why Orange is running back. But here you'll see I'm supporting my teammate. I'm moving forward. Even though my teammate's not here, the ball's moving forward, so I'm moving forward. And I might not get a touch here. I don't. But by going forward, I force him to go. By going forward, I force him to go. Which at least gives my teammate opportunity to make saves. There, that challenge wasn't even the best for me. This almost gets a score. My teammate could have saved it, but I left him back alone. You'll see, like, you have to go forward and shut down some amount of space. Here, there's a guy above me, so I have to play this across the field. Get some sort of reset. He doesn't really have a setup here. I get by my teammate. Trying to find another example of a shadow. I'm supporting my teammate here. It looks most likely that my teammate has the ball. I'm supporting flexibly enough that I can turn back if he's dunked, but I'm not, like, going full back. Ball's going to come mid here. I have to dodge demos. Trying to get a cut. Can't quite. Supporting my teammate. Here I'm just collecting pads when I recognize there's a lot of downtime. Notice how I just got 60 while my teammate was floundering around with the ball. My teammate does get a 50. And if my teammate just does get 50'd in this position, it goes immediately in the net. That's on my teammate. At this rank, that shouldn't happen. At your rank, you probably can't trust your teammates. My teammate should get some sort of 50 here. Just getting full dunked into my net is not my fault. But I am facing back enough that I'm in a flexible position. I'm putting up challenges. I'm trying to get an example here where the ball goes forward. So here I'll grab boost, but when the ball goes forward, I immediately start running forward. You don't see me turning back and playing goalie right now. Like if I were in your shoes, you'd probably be turning back and playing the net. You have to support your teammate. I get a touch up. Now we're going to go for some form of air dribble. I get a reset, go low. He guards the low well. Let me get out here, support my teammate. I'm by no means the best player in the world. I'm just trying to show you these principles of like how even when I sense there is gap in the play, I'm using a lot of boost and pathing quickly to get back into it. So that way I'm not leaving space open for too long in Rocket League. You don't want to do that. Get his boost. And see how I'm occupying space here? I'm not going for the ball. I'm just occupying space so he rips it over me. And then when he rips it over me, I'm probably going to flip back and let my teammate go. But by occupying that space, we create an opportunity. Not the best shot. I should have probably made a soft touch down after I see him go backboard. Throwing in a chow just to allow my teammate time to go for the ball. And see how in a 2v1, I'm supporting my teammate aggressively. Trying to get a demo. We can't quite. But the idea is I'm playing much more in sync with my team. And so I'll leave you with all that, man. So, Rat, I appreciate it. I hope those frameworks help you a little bit. Rotate off the ball. Shut down the space. Don't play perma-goalie. Don't no-look flip. Couple movement. Don't flip from 0 boost. A couple movement fundamentals. Okay. I think that is it. Thank you so much for submitting. I don't have time to get to anybody else. It got full today. We'll have to check. Thank you for your patience over the holidays. I think Mezabeth I have to check. Thanks for your patience before the holidays. Yeah, I get it. I didn't review in order. Cool. And then dead shot. Sure. I appreciate y'all waiting. Next stream, perhaps tomorrow, I can get to Month or Mezabeth, and then Lies of Quill, and then Rat, and then Deadshot. Oh, we got to Rat, got to this today, and then we got to this. We'll send replays soon. Appreciate everybody's patience over the holidays, guys. I've got a meeting to go to. I'm a few minutes late, so let me go jump on that. Appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next stream. I have no stream schedule, so turn on notifications to be notified when I go live. Follow me on Instagram. I dropped an Instagram reel today and a video on the IRL YouTube channel.
Thanks, Luke.
Appreciate you coming. Later, Hyper Tiggy. Bye, Marvels. Peace, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Later.